Cool. So I'm having a chat with Jake Bugg. How are you?
I'm very well, thank you. How are you?
Good, yeah, not too bad. So firstly, you've got a brand new album out, Saturday evening, Sunday morning. What can you tell us about the new record?
Yeah, so it's my fifth album, and on this album I just kind of want to try something a bit different, really, and I thought I'd try and incorporate a bit more of traditional pop into it with the stuff that I already did. And yeah, I just had a great time making this record, really, and I got to meet some great people and work with some great people as well.
Yeah, absolutely. And you've released a couple of singles from the record, Lost and Downtown. Downtown's the newest one. What can you tell us about the single?
So it's a song that I'd written for a friend that was going through a bit of a hard time, but I think it's a situation that I think a lot of people find themselves in, and I think that a few words of encouragement can go a long way. And yeah, it's in terms of the song itself, it was a bit of a challenge in terms of the arrangement because there's a lot of different chords and stuff going on. But with the end result, I was very happy, and yeah, it's one I enjoy performing live as well.
Good, yeah. And speaking of being live, I know you've done a couple of festivals, and we'll come on to that. But you're here on kind of a record store tour. How's it been for you so far?
It's been great. It's just amazing to be back on stage and playing again, especially with a bunch of new songs as well. We play a few of the old ones as well, keep the old fans happy. So, but no, it's been brilliant just to be back on stage again, and I've enjoyed every minute of it.
Good, excellent. And well, being on the road again, it's been a good 18 months and everything since the pandemic kicked off. I bet it's been great to be able to perform live again.
Yeah, absolutely. And no, it was. I think it was a strange time for everybody and a tough time for a lot of people. And I think live music is something that brings joy to a lot of people. So yeah, it's an absolute pleasure to be playing in front of an audience again.
And did the pandemic affect the record in any way? Did it have to be pushed back, or there were struggles recording it?
Yeah, for me, I enjoy playing live, and I think with this record, I really wanted to tour it. So it was a decision that was made collectively amongst myself and my team to keep just put the record back, wait for the right time. And also I'm glad I did, because in that meantime I'd written Lost and All I Need as well, so it was a good decision. And also it affected the writing in terms of that I just wanted to make sure that I kept the next bunch of songs I did very positive and not fall into the lockdown trap.
Yeah, absolutely. And obviously mentioning the festivals as well, you've already done a couple with Standing Calling and Tramlines. How were they to be back on a huge stage?
Yeah, incredible. I mean, Tramlines, I'm not going to lie, I was very nervous beforehand. It was the first show that we'd done for a while, and but we were pretty well rehearsed. But yeah, and to be honest, all those nerves went away once we got on stage. It all went away, and it was just nice to be playing again. It was funny because we'd done all this rehearsal, sounded good, and then we went on stage and we couldn't hear anything. So, but luckily we'd rehearsed enough that we played pretty well.
You knew what you were doing.
Yeah.
And speaking of being on tour, you've got a nice, huge headliner coming up in 22 as well. So,
yeah.
What can you tell us about that?
So yeah, got the tour next year around the UK and parts of Ireland, and hopefully, if all things go well, Europe as well. And yeah, I never thought I'd actually be saying I'm looking forward to getting back out on the road, but after such a long break, I couldn't think of anything better, to be honest.
Yeah, definitely. So what's the plan between now, once these record store tour is over with, and those dates? Have you got much planned?
Yeah, we got a few little gigs coming up, a few secret slots at a few festivals, which is going to be which I'm excited about. And I think before the tour kicks off next year, I think it might be wise to maybe start working on the next record, because once we start touring, it's going to be really hard to find the times.
Yeah, definitely. And have you got plans, kind of what the sixth record's going to be? Because you've tried something different with each of the records so far. Do you know where it's going to head to?
Well, I have to admit, I feel like so far from the reaction from this record's been good, and I think if it's something that the fans enjoy, I think it's an avenue that I wouldn't mind to keep exploring and see where it leads. But obviously, if the fans aren't too happy, then we'll find something else.
Yeah, no, definitely. And 5 records in now, 10 years will be next year since your debut release. You got much planned?
Not really. I haven't thought about it. My friend mentioned it to me. They were like, "I should do something," and no, they're probably right. It's something to celebrate, and I wouldn't be where I was today without that first record. So yeah, maybe it might be nice to do something nice.
Yeah, definitely. And how have you developed as an artist since then? Because I'm sure you've evolved.
Oh, I think to be honest, I think I've kind of just become a little bit more open-minded in terms of my writing process. I think, in the past I've probably been quite defensive and not willing to try, certain things. Whereas now I've kind of left that kind of mentality behind, I think. And for me, it's just about, because at the end of the day, if you could create something, and if it's not very good, nobody has to hear it. So for me, it's just about having more of an open mind, and I think also I've had the time in lockdown to explore learning new genres and types of music on the guitar as well. So yeah, just trying to be the best writer and musician that I can possibly be.
And with trying those new things, have you come across a genre that you never thought you would enjoy that you now do?
Well, I've been working on the film music for a movie about the Brazilian football player called Ronaldinho, and so obviously there's more kind of more cinematic kind of music happening, but also because he's Brazilian, I kind of wanted to incorporate some of those, those styles as well, like a bit of samba and bossa nova and things like that, and which has been brilliant because I've had to learn these new chord shapes and these new rhythms and things that I never thought I would. And to be honest, it's brilliant. It's very inspiring. It's like learning the guitar all over again.
Yeah, if only you could go over to Brazil at this moment in time.
I love it. We've been a few times, and every time we've loved it. It's a great place with a wonderful culture, and they absolutely love live music over there as well.
I bet. Well, there's a load of people across the world love live music. There's some great stuff going on in Asia as well. Is there anywhere that you haven't been to that you do want to get to?
Anywhere that I've never been to anywhere in Africa actually. So that would be nice to try and get the opportunity to play there at some point. But yeah, I've had the pleasure of touring Central and South America and Asia as well. But places really untouched, more like Africa and probably the Middle East.
Nice, excellent. Well, Jake, it's been great having a chat with you.
It's an absolute pleasure. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Cheers, mate.